second parsha of Kriya Shema Vayim Shemaya. The words are found in our parsha, Parshas Eikev, and the famous pasuk: you will keep the mitzvah, you'll listen to the mitzvahs that Hashem commands you. La'avas Hashem Elokeichem u'la'avdoi b'chol levav u'chol nafshechem, and you will serve Him with all of your heart. Famous words of Chazal: how does one serve Hashem with his heart? Zo tefillah. This is, like Rashi brings, this is the mitzvah of tefillah, the mitzvah of davening. When we daven from our heart. Chazon Ish writes in one of his letters that there's a promise. Chazon Ish promises, obviously Chazal, he promises that there's no such thing as a tefillah, as a prayer that goes completely unanswered. There's no such thing. Every davening, every tefillah has its effect and eventually brings results. Maybe it doesn't happen right away, maybe it doesn't happen in the way that we think it will happen, but every tefillah hits the mark and every tefillah has an effect and brings some sort of result. This is a promise that says Chazon Ish that Hashem does not ignore completely our tefillahs. But there's one condition. The condition is that the tefillah has to be b'chol levav. The condition has to be, the tefillah has to be from our hearts. Balei Musar say that everybody understands that when you put tefillin on, if you put tefillin on your feet, there's no mitzvah of tefillin. If you're going to do the mitzvah on the wrong part of the body, it doesn't work, obviously. Same thing with tefillah. If the Torah calls tefillah avodah shebalev, then it means it has to come from the heart. If we daven only with our mouths, we don't use our hearts at all, without kavanah, it's not called a tefillah. That's called just saying words. It's not called a tefillah. Has to be from the heart. But if tefillah does come from the heart, then there's no question that it has to have an effect. That's the mitzias. That's the function of tefillah. That tefillah definitely has an effect, and every tefillah brings to some sort of reaction, some sort of effect by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rabbi Yitzchak Zilberstein, his Sefer Tuvchei Abiyu, he says an amazing word in the name of the Malbim. The Malbim says in Megillas Esther, it says Zeresh, when Haman came back after that terrible day that Haman had, when he had to lead Mordechai around the whole city, daughter through the garbage, the whole story with Haman, he came back completely embarrassed and insulted from what he had to do to Mordechai. So Zeresh said, "Oi, in Mizera Yehuda Mordechai, if this is Mordechai, if he is from the descendant of the Jews, then that you started to fall in front of him, you already will not be successful in getting the better of him." And then Zeresh adds 3 words: Ki nafal tipol, you will definitely fall in front of him. 4 words: Ki nafal tipol, you will definitely fall in front of him. Why did Zeresh add those 4 words? Wasn't it enough? She said, forget it. He's from the descendants of the Jews. There's nothing you can do about it. You're definitely going to definitely have a terrible downfall. Why was she adding those words to Haman? Zeresh, we know, hated the Jews as much as Haman hated the Jews. She was saying the truth. Why did she have to add those 4 words? The Malbim says an unbelievable explanation. She wasn't telling him even more, you're not going to be able to get the better, you're not going to be able to conquer the Jews, and you're just going to continue following. No, what she was saying was like this. She was saying, if you really want to save yourself, the only way to save yourself is to lower yourself in front of Mordechai. Because as long as Mordechai feels that you're still a threat, he's going to continue davening. And this Mordechai, when he davens, you see what happens? His tefillah really works, and he's really causing you your downfall. If you really want to save yourself now, just go to Mordechai and lower yourself. That's the only way out. And then Mordechai won't feel threatened by you, and then he'll stop davening. If you stop davening, at least you won't be completely, totally finished. Obviously, we know Haman didn't listen. Haman went to the party, and Haman didn't have a chance to lower himself. Whatever it is, we know the end of Haman. But the Malbim is teaching us the Yesod in Tefillah, that as long as we feel and we're davening with our hearts, Michol Avavchim, like Mordechai was davening, and he got all the Yidden to do tshuva and to daven from all their hearts, there's no way, even Zeresh understood that there's no way that anybody can get the better of the Yidden if they're daven in that way. Starting now the Chodesh Harachmim V'Aslichos, the Chodesh of Elul, we're announcing this week the Chodesh Elul. It's the time when we should also strengthen in ourselves the resolve that when we daven, we should daven b'chol levavchem, with the proper kavanah, b'chol levavchem, b'chol nafshechem, and with Hashem will accept and listen to all of our tefillahs. Good Shabbos.